friends, it is Professor Mel here, hanging out in the ABC art room for our Harry Potter craft today. So what we're going to do for our craft today is we're going to make some handy dandy bookmarks. These bookmarks are an origami style project, and if you look at your printout, you can see that they're folded precisely to create a little pocket that can go over the pages in your books. So I've got an example here that I pre-made, so you can see where there's some of the folds that we're going to make, and then we're going to decorate it after. And so this, I'll show you an example. I've got the giant book here. So what you do is when you open up your pages, when you want to mark where you need to stay, you just slide the corner into the bookmark, and then you can close it and you won't lose your spot. Okay? So there's a couple different ways that you can make this. I use construction paper for this one, which is pretty thick and really rigid, so it did make some of the folds a little more difficult. I also made a variation of it with some Harry Potter wrapping paper, which is fun and festive, but it's a little bit more soft, so it doesn't hold up as well. You can see if I hold it by the bottom, it just sort of flops over. So based on what you have available, you can choose what kind of paper you want to use. You could also use just some plain printer paper, which works really well. For this particular step-by-step instruction, I'm going to use a little bit thicker, almost like a cardstock, not quite as thick. So I think it should fold pretty well still, but we will find out. The other thing you'll see in the instructions for the activity, that if you printed it out or opened it up, on the last page there is some templates that you can cut out, and these you can glue onto your bookmark for decoration. I put two of them on here. One of them obviously looks like this. The other one looks like this, and then you can just attach it on the outside, and then you'll have a little Harry Potter face popping out of your book corner while it's sitting there holding your spot. So let's give this a go and see how it works, okay? So if you're looking at your steps for your project, you're going to start with one big rectangular sheet of paper. Then the first step is going to be to take one corner and you're going to bring it all the way up and across until the two edges line up. And then once they line up nice and straight, you're going to squeeze the bottom crease all the way across. And cinch it really tight, so it's a nice good fold. So this triangle is the primary shape that we're going to be using for our bookmark. So all this paper over here is extra. So what I like to do is I like to fold it back until it lines up with the edge of the triangle. Again, squeeze it and cinch it down really tight, and then you can flip it up, and this line here is going to be our guide, and we're going to cut that off. So we're going to cut nice and slowly all the way up the edge. And then you can take this piece and just set it aside because we won't need that anymore. So now we have our foundational shape. So we're going to take the cinched edge that is closed and not open, and that is going to be the bottom of our bookmark. So now that we've got this shape here, you're going to go to step number 3, and you're going to take the lower right corner and you're going to fold it to meet with this corner up here. So you're going to slightly bend it and bring it up to where the two corners meet, and then you're going to squeeze this edge nice and flat and pinch it really tight. You want a nice sharp fold, and that's going to create a good edge. So you've got this little arm thing here now. Now we're going to do the same thing with this other side. So we're going to take the left side, we're going to bring it up, and we want our edges to meet. Let's see, it's being a little more complicated. you can also fold down. And so we want them to kind of line up a bit, just like this, and pinch, and fold it really, really tight. So now we've got another, like a diamond or square shape here with our edges folded up. So now that we've got those folds made, guess what? You're gonna unfold them. And now you can see this shape that's kind of built right here in the middle. These are gonna be our guidelines for our next fold. So if you look at step number 6, what you're going to do is you're going to take this front piece here and you're going to fold it down so this point meets with this corner right here. So you're going to fold it down. This is almost starting to look a little bit like a howler, but that's not quite what we're going for. So we're going to get these corners to meet, and then you're going to fold and pinch all the way across the middle to get a nice straight line right here. And what you notice is this is going to end up being the pocket for our bookmark. Okay? So we've got these 2 arms and the beginning of our pocket. So to make our pocket, this next step is a little bit trickier. It takes a little bit of focus, but what we're going to do is we're going to take these arms and we're going to fold them and tuck them into the pocket. So you're going to take this right arm, you're going to bring it forward and all the way up, and you're going to have to kind of pinch the bottom to make sure it's nice and tight. Then you're going to open the pocket and tuck the rest of the arm over and in and pinch that edge really, really tight. Okay, see how that's happening there? That's folding inside. So now let's do that for the other side as well. So we're going to take this other left arm. I'm going to refold my edges just a little bit so they fold a little smoother. So now we're going to fold it over, open the pocket, fold the arm over the edge and into the pocket. And then we pinch the edge really, really, really tight. And voila! With those 8 steps, you've got yourself the foundation of a bookmark. So now, if you use plain white paper, this would be a good time where you can draw all over the back, you can draw all over the front, you can draw in this little area here, and you can fill it in and decorate it however you want. You could also use stickers. You could, I don't know, you can go crazy. You could paint it, whatever you want to do to make it special and your own. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these templates that we already cut out, and I'm going to cut one, and then I'm going to use some glue sticks, and I'm going to glue it on here. I think since I already have this red one made, I'm going to go ahead and use this template, and I'm going to cut out around the edges here. So grab your scissors, and then you can follow. You can go all the way to the edge if you want to, or you can leave a little bit of a space around the edge. I'm going to leave a little bit of a space just so there's a white outline. And then we're going to cut underneath the glasses. Okay, so you've got that little guy, and I think I'm going to take this little bit of white out of the cowlick here too. Okay, you could also cut out the center of the glasses if you wanted some of the blue to show through, which, if you do that, if you put a gentle fold and then you snip the middle of the glasses with your scissors, it's going to create a little slit in the paper here. So you can stick your scissors into that slit, and then you can get the cutting started around the edge here. I'm going to follow it very gently with your scissors. You're just going to use the very tip of your scissors to just make tiny, tiny, tiny little cuts all the way around the inside of the glasses. It's a little bit tricky, but it's going to add interesting characteristic to your bookmark because the blue is going to show through the eyes of the glasses. Let's see. See? Just like that. It's got a little bit of a rough edge, but it's okay. I'm willing to accept it for now. So let's see. Now, let's do the other one real quick. Just another little, that way you can follow along. You can snip right in the middle here. So you've got a little slit. You're going to stick your scissors into the slit of the paper and just make tiny, tiny little cuts. So now that you've got your cut all the way over to the edge here, you're going to put your scissors in right by the edge, and then you're going to cut tiny, tiny little snips all the way around the circle. If you also have a family member or someone around who can help you, if you have like an X-Acto knife, they're really, really sharp, but that is another easy way to cut around the inside of things. This technique with the scissors, it's good. It just takes a little bit more time. Okay, so we pop those out, and now we've got two eyes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this piece upside down on top of a piece of paper, and I'm going to use my handy dandy glue sticks, and I'm going to cover the back of this design all over the back with glue. So we'll get it all nice and covered all the way up to the tippy top of the hair. Having the piece of paper on the table is really handy, so that way you don't get glue on your table. So you're going to take this now and you're going to decide where you want to lay it on your bookmark. So I think what I'm going to do, since I didn't put any glue down here, I might have the eyes come down a little bit below the background, just like this. So let's line it up so it's nice and flat, nice and straight. And now I'm going to press it down with my fingers to make sure the glue is all the way on there. So it's nice and smooth, and just like that, we've got another bookmark. These ones don't take that long to make, so feel free to crank out as many as you want. You can make them in all kinds of different colors. You can make them with different papers. You can decorate them for all of your favorite characters or however you want. You can give them as gifts to some of your favorite people in your life who you know are bookworms just like us. So have fun with this project, play around with it, take some pictures of the bookmarks you make and post them or send them to the ABC Facebook page. You can put them on the stream. You can also comment to let us know like what color you made or what characters you chose to do. I'd love to see what you guys are working on from home. So have a great day and have some wizarding fun.